Hey folks, welcome back to Bullets and Brass. We are back with another AR pistol video because that's the topic of the month, I guess. At least a week. We're going to pretend, and I know, but we're going to pretend that somebody in this country has to actually comply with the rule that you can't fit yourself into any of these injunctions at all. I know. You don't have $20. It's rough. You get to build your own AR pistol the way you want to comply with the new rule. Apparently, you have money for that, but you don't have money for the for the FPC membership or GOA membership. I don't know. Now, feel free to comment with what you would build. This is just a thought exercise. This is, just for fun. Well, I'm starting out with an Aero Precision receiver set, M4E1 receiver set, top and bottom. For giggles, let's do a cool color, but I don't know what I would pick. And then I'm going to put a QD end plate from some reasonable manufacturer, I'm not super picky on this, on the back. Then I'm going to run a standard pistol tube for the buffer rather than a 6 position or something like that. Because if I can't put a brace on it, and I'm not playing around with any of the braces that theoretically meet their rules because they already changed the rules once, twice, I don't know. I can't keep track. But they've changed the rules a bunch of times. I'm just going to leave everything off. Nope, not doing it. Keeping going. I'm not a huge fan of the massive muzzle blast you get with a lot of AR pistols. Really don't like it. It bugs me. So we're going to suppress it. So just keep that in mind for this plan. We're not going to talk about what the suppressor is. That's, not part of this build. But going to be a real shorty. I'm not going to do, an 8-inch tube. We're going to do something short if we do this. Call it a 4-inch suppressor, a 5 or 6-inch suppressor, like whatever the shortest suppressor I can find to meet my needs is. We're not trying to make it silent. We're not trying to massively cut the sound signature. This is to get rid of the muzzle blast. Any quieter is just a bonus. That said, we're going to do 300 blackout because it's an AR pistol, right? What are you going to do with an AR pistol that 300 blackout isn't better than the other options? I mean, some of the oddball calibers are arguably better in certain scenarios, but across the board, I think it'd be hard to argue that a 300 blackout doesn't give you a good balance. If you pick a particular scenario, there may be a better caliber. I'm not arguing that. We're not getting into the weeds on the caliber here. But I like 300 blackout. I've already got 300 blackout. That's what I'm going with. Feel free to chime in with what you're going with and why. There's lots of options. Tell us why you're doing yours. With 300 blackout, you can do a very short barrel without losing a whole lot. So I'm going to go with a Faxon 7.5-inch barrel. Probably their match grade one. It is a decent profile for my purposes. It is short, which cuts the weight. I don't need to do any fluting or anything like that. It is a perfectly good barrel at a reasonable price point. It's got all the little features and specs that I'm interested in. Done. Certainly, you can buy any number of other options. Again, chime in. What are you doing? I have not kept up with who's making, at what price point, what barrels these days. Haven't been in the market, so I'm definitely not current. If you got a suggestion that is significantly better than that Faxon in the same price range, and it's objectively better, not subjectively, like there is something about that barrel that makes it definitely better, I want to hear about it. Remember, accuracy is not a primary concern here. Good enough is good enough. It's an AR pistol, not an AR rifle. Whew. Wind's getting serious out there. We have a storm coming in, and apparently we missed the rain portion, but the wind portion is just hammering us. The rain is passing, I believe, north of us. Anyway, any good bolt carrier group, really, you're not going to be under gas with the Faxon. I'm sticking with a basic bolt carrier group. I may do the Bravo Company one. I've had good luck with it. I really like it. I certainly would not feel disadvantaged by doing something more budget oriented, as long as it worked reliably. No matter what you pick, you've got to test it. Standard carbine spring, standard, probably an H2 buffer, if that. Oh, by the way, the gas block, whatever low profile basic gas block was on sale. A LaRue MBT2S trigger. That is the flat face 2-stage LaRue trigger. They're a good price. I really like them. They're a good general purpose trigger. I don't need to worry about, what kind of trigger do I need to put on this for a particular task. I'm good. I can pick up that set and know that whatever I'm doing with the gun, I'm okay. It may not be ideal for every task, but it's good enough. And a Noveske ambidextrous 60-degree throw safety. We could argue about this one all day. I have tried half a dozen different safety setups in terms of ambidextrous. Did not like most of them. They rub my index finger, my trigger finger. It just is what it is. They are annoying. They catch on things. They've got sharp edges. They're not built properly for somebody who doesn't normally need an ambi safety. I only want the ambi safety on there so that if I hand it to a left-handed friend, they're good. If it's a home defense rifle and I'm clearing my apartment and I need to go lefty, that's the one I've used. That's the one I like. There's nothing special about it. I doubt Noveske's actually making it. It's just the one I have already that I like that works, so I would just buy another one. Again, chime in. What are you using for an ambi safety? Why do you like it? What else have you tried? Let's hear some options. I certainly have not tried all of them, and everybody's got different needs. Moving on, handguard. Yet again, I'm going with what I already know. A Seekins Precision MCSR V2 12-inch. I have the longer one on my SBR. I really like it. Going with the 12-inch because we got a 7.5-inch barrel, and we're putting a suppressor on the end of it. Suppressor's either going to be flush or maybe a little proud of that handguard. That's what I want. I want as short as possible. I want to be able to, if my hand is out there or I'm putting it on a rest, I want that handguard as far out as possible. Because remember, it's an AR pistol. You can turn it into an AR rifle. It's kosher. Just saying. If I wanted to change the barrel, I could do it. Now, why that one? Because it's big. It's a big fat tube. Gotta love it. It fits over the suppressor. A lot of them do not. Or they have so little clearance when you do that it's asking for trouble. The MCSR is a big diameter tube, a lot of clearance in there. I haven't had any issues. Sorry, Mr. ATF agent. I promise I will not put my hand on it. I won't, two-hand my pistol like that. I promise, I swear. It's just a cover so that when I put it down, I don't burn something with the barrel. The muzzle device. It's whatever goes with the suppressor I'd pick. Whatever. I don't care. The suppressor's going on and it's staying. For the optics, I'm going to be a basic, that thing. I'm not going to say it on YouTube. They get picky about certain things. But yeah, I'm a basic B. My criteria are big open field of view, easy eye box, and reliable. If this is going to be a home defense setup, I want something where the battery will last long enough that I can replace the batteries annually and not worry about it. Instant on is an option, or something like the aim points where they have enough battery life, you just don't need to worry about it. It is hard to argue for, say, hunting or general purpose use, not a home defense setup, with an EOTech. An XPS would be great. Not a personal fan of them. They don't agree with me, but it is a good tool for that job. It would be a good option, particularly in the scenario where that big eye box, that big holographic eye box, when you bring up the AR pistol, you're going to have a hard time lining it up a lot of times. Having the bigger eye box makes it easier to find your reticle and aim. I would be rounding this out with a sling. If I was willing to spend the money, Haley Strategic D3. Good sling, easy to adjust, very, very versatile. My other option that I would probably go with, I've already got 3 of them, why not do another one, is the Magpul MS4. I like them. They work. They're not super expensive. They're just easy. I think people get wrapped up in gotta have the newest and the best and blah. Works. Does it work? I've never had a problem with my Magpuls. They do the job. They're well built and they're reasonably priced. I mean, Haley Strategic, if you want to send me a D3 to compare to an MS4 in one of my videos, I'm down. But in general, I don't think that spending twice as much money after the product does the job that you need makes sense in a strict financial sense. Now, I'm not saying that the Haley Strategic or the Blue Force gear or any of the other premium options are not better made, that are not nicer, that are not just that little bit better. But with something like a sling for an AR pistol that's not a combat rifle, for my purposes, I'm not gaining anything. And lastly, I would be using 20 round PMags. And the reason is simple. Wait. It's that simple. If I got to hold it with one hand and I'm wobbling around out there trying to aim it, yeah, a 20 round mag makes more sense than a 30. The 30, I think it's just going to be more weight at the end of my arm to make me less stable. Now, I would try it with a 30. I would probably try it even with a drum. Let's play with it and see what is the most stable under recoil in actual use. Like, are my follow-up shots faster with the drum because I got more mass to keep the recoil down when I've only got one hand on the gun? Maybe. You got to try it. I don't know. Never tried that. So that is my thought. That is my run through of what I would build for an AR pistol that has to comply with the pistol brace ban. Does it make a whole lot of sense? No, just join FPC. Is it a cute thought exercise? Sure. I may do one with it's a fantasy build, unlimited budget, how light can we make it kind of thing? Is there a titanium receiver and, super lightweight, like proof research kind of barrel? What can you do, right? Can we shave this down and get this to be a 4-pound build, a 3.5-pound build? Maybe. Hell, can we get it down to a 2.5-pound build? Is that possible? I don't know. A 30-round loaded magazine is about a pound. So a 20-rounder, call it 2/3 of a pound? Can you get the rest of the rifle low enough to fit into a 3-pound build? That's going to be tough. Be a cool idea, though. Anyway, take care, have fun, stay safe, keep shooting, and hopefully this video does not wind up demonetized. Take good care, guys.